Now I would like to give time to the two candidates to come and take their time one after another.
As I begin my speech, I would like to give the examples of few people from the lens of history whose grit and perseverance are still something that we look upon today. Thomas Alva Edison, one of the greatest inventors of all time. He is known for the invention of the light bulb. But before the invention of the light bulb, it is said that he failed in 999 attempts. In his 1000th attempt, he could invent the light bulb. Abraham Lincoln, the President of the United States, responsible for abolition of slavery in the United States of America. But before his election to the President of the United States, he had to face multiple failures. He lost multiple elections. He faced failures in his business, in his personal lives and relationships as well. He had to go through nervous breakdown as well. But despite all these failures, his persistence and determination made him to go through all those situations, and as a result of which we see him being elected to the President of the United States. Not only the President, but one of the greatest presidents the United States of America has ever had. In my 5 attempts, it took me 5 attempts and 5 years. Had I given up in my earlier attempts, today I would not be standing here addressing the gathering. So I would like to encourage everyone, the students, community especially, to never give up upon your dreams and to persist in your dreams and carry on. Also, before you embark on your journey in life, whatever may be the dreams, assess your capabilities, your strengths and weakness first before you embark on your journey. Based on your assessment, as you take your decision, once your decision is taken, just focus on that one thing that you are aiming for. In the case of civil service examination, it is said that nothing lesser than the laser sharp focus will give you success. I repeat it, nothing lesser than the laser sharp focus will give you success. Similarly, you have to have a clear reason and motive of why you are pursuing your dreams. The reason behind why you are aiming for such and such a dream. For example, in the case of civil service examination as well. It is said that if you know your why, you will know your how. In this journey of civil service examination preparation, or maybe in our pursuit for any dreams in life, we may sacrifice a lot of things. Those small sacrifices that you make in life will add up to give you a huge reward at the end. For the civil service examination preparation, we may have to sacrifice our social medias, or maybe even our social life as well. Or even the phone which we carry, we may use analog phone, the keypad phone instead of smartphone as well. These are the few sacrifices which add up to ultimately give you the bigger, larger reward. I tell you one thing, that you become an officer during the process of preparation itself. So every day you should strive towards the officer you want to become. The day of the result is just an official stamp of approval of the officer that you have become. So while preparing, you have to strive towards the person or the thing that you want to become. Also, it is important for each and every one of us to take care of our physical and mental aspects of our life and of our body itself. In this, exercise and meditation helps a lot to cope up with the physical and mental demands. I would be guilty if I do not mention the contribution of the prayers of my parents and all my loved ones. It is as a result of the answered prayers of my parents and all my loved ones that today I am standing here and addressing the gathering. Also, with regards to preparation aspects, I will always be available for guidance and also to encourage the younger aspirants who are aspiring for, especially the UPSC examination. So feel free to approach me anytime. I would give my email ID to the organizers, so interested students could please collect my email ID from them. But last but the most important thing that I would like to focus here is that we should keep God first in all our pursuits. God first, and everything will come in its place, as the pastor in the beginning has mentioned also, Matthew 6:33. And also with Psalm 16 verse 8, I would like to end this speech. That is, this psalm has always been very close to my heart while I was preparing. So it says, I have set the Lord always before me, because He is at my right hand, I shall not be shaken. So with this, I would like to conclude my speech. Thank you all.
Honorable Y. Patton, Deputy Chief Minister and Home Governor of Nagaland, Member of Central Nagaland Legislative Forum, President CNTC, President CNWA, Senior Pastor, Dimapur Sunni Baptist Church, President and colleagues, Central Nagaland Students Association, invitees, print media, and well-wishers present here today. As Viku has said to us, that it is a pleasure and privilege to be here with you, and I feel extremely honored to be felicitated, and I am grateful for the recognition bestowed upon us. I have faced several challenges during the course of my preparation, but each of them has only strengthened me to make me the person I am today. Since my college days, I have set my eyes on a goal and did not lose sight of it till I achieved it. While pursuing my undergraduate studies, I had the privilege to work with underprivileged children and refugees, which was one of the reasons that made me more determined to achieve a position in life, to interact and help the needy and the downtrodden. Apart from the manifold duties and responsibilities, the civil services provides the opportunity, resources, and diversity to work with the most vulnerable sections of society. In my last 2 attempts, I did try my best, but there was always someone better, and I now realize that my strategy and planning needed improvement. In retrospect, I think it was a good thing because it made me want to do better than I ever did, and was a time of reflection and personal growth. Clearing the civil services examination would not have been possible without the inspiration of my seniors and peers, for whom I have the deepest respect, and from whom I have derived the strength to challenge myself and perform better at each stage. It would have been impossible to overcome the challenges without the support of my family, who have stood by me at all times. Above all, it has been through God's unending grace, mercy, and love alone that I have come this far. I sincerely thank everyone for helping us reach a stage where we can proudly hold up this recognition as a mark of our achievement. On a closing note, I would like to encourage the young Nagas here today that we are capable of achieving any goal that we aim for. All we have to do is never give up, even if we are convinced that it is all over. It is not unless we want it to be. And a true example is Viku and I here today. Thank you so much. God bless.
Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and Home Government of Nagaland, to grace the occasion through your words.
At the outset, I extend my warmest congratulations to Sri Viku Achumi and Srimati Imsennaro for successfully clearing UPSC exam 2021 with all Indian ranking of 567th and 585 respectively. Every year, the whole country for this UPSC exam, more than 2 lakhs candidates appear in this UPSC exam. Coming out 567 and 585 out of more than 2 lakhs. It is a proud moment for our Nagas. So I once again give my heartiest congratulations to our 2 brothers and sisters. I also want to congratulate both the parents and families of Sri Viku Achumi and Srimati Imsennaro for their spectacular success. It is not an easy to crack UPSC exams where lakhs of aspiring compete intensely every year to get into this prestigious Indian civil service. We understand that there is no shortcut to success. It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, and sacrifices to be successful, and you have proven that no hurdle is too difficult if you have the zeal and determination to achieve it. Someone once said, success is no accident. It is the hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifices, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. Surely we have seen this tenets in the success story of Sri Viku Achumi and Srimati Imsennaro. Today, young people need a disciplined life. Take out more time to read good books, gather necessary information, and cultivate good habits to keep the mind and body fit. One should abstain from the harmful effect of alcohol, drugs, and avoid mismanagement of time and misuse of modern technologies, including mobile phones. Mobile phone to phal rastare cholai shekole etum phal ase. Now our youngsters, our students, boys and girls, no khumaido. Din rat mobile, WhatsApp, social media se to sai thagingen no khumai. Please be careful while using your mobile phones. That will disturb, that will hamper your future studies. A positive mindset and disciplined life, if you want to be achiever. Education gives you the weapons, but it is you who choose and fights the battle. Last year also, I was fortunate to attend and encourage Sri Richard Yanthant, IS, who secured an all Indian rank of 133 in his felicitation program held at Boca. Today, you all have become role models for the youth, and I hope that many will follow in your footsteps. I also believe that you all will continue to inspire thousands of youngsters who dream of becoming civil servants and to serve the state and the nations. From here on, you will be joining the prestigious All Indian Service in different cadres. Even if you don't get choice cadre or service, I urge you to take up whatever assignment and place of posting with sense of satisfaction and joy. Work with dedication and sincerity at your best and let people judge you by your service and be an inspiration wherever you go. Prove to others that we, the Naga peoples, are second to none. And given a chance, we can be an iconic and fine officer wherever we are placed. Our state has a good shortage of all Indian services. As such, even if you don't get initial home cadre, that is Nagaland, the state will certainly need your services in the later years, and I am confident that a request will be made at the right time to the concerned authorities by the state for your devotion in compliance with the service rules as and when required. Most of our IAS officers, IPS officers who got Nagaland catered, most of our non-locals, soon after their training, they try to go back to their own states on devolution. In my police department, I still have 5 IPS officers who has gone for devolution. Likewise, if you serve, if you serve the people in wherever you serve in the state, in other states, we will bring you one day, even if you don't get our state service, we will bring you here in our state on devolution. We few Nagas officers, allied service, IPS, IS officers who are in different state cadre are also serving in Nagaland even today. So don't be discouraged. We are behind you. The state government is behind you. Anytime you can approach the state government. On this occasion, I also want to urge upon the CNTC and all its federating units to have a common annual CNTC meritorious award program in a bigger way for our students who achieve academic excellencies such as today. This will go a long way in encouraging the upcoming generation to do much better in the days to come, and I assure you of my support and cooperation in such ventures and programs. With these few words, I once again thank the organizers for having me here, and once again a big congratulations to Sri Viku Achumi and Srimati Imsennaro and the family members for the success, and I wish you both good health, happiness, and more success in all your future endeavors. Thank you. God bless.
My name is Viku Achumi.
and I belong to Dimapur district. Fortunately, by the grace of God, I could clear the civil service examination 2021. I am so grateful to God. It is His grace that I could clear this exam, and I am so happy that others are happy for me as well. I would definitely encourage the youths to strive harder. If I can, why not you? You can also do it, and even more better achievement you can achieve. And so, if you keep on striving hard with hard work, dedication, and consistency and persistence, above all keeping God first. So, with all this, you can achieve, and that is the message I want to give. So, my subjects, the optional subject was Political Science and International Relations, PSIR. That was the subject which I had. I chose it intentionally as an interest. PSIR as a subject also has wide applications in GS as well, General Studies, and optional as well. It is very helpful, and even if they say it in a way helps, and it's quite interesting, the international relations area as well. So that as an interest I chose it. So for my schedule, I usually schedule my routine one day ahead before the next day. Before I sleep, I schedule it, and the next day is to simply look at the schedule. And most of the time I couldn't complete all the targets, but I tried my best that I complete at least 70% of the targets. Sometimes it was not met, but yet I also again made plan for the next day accordingly. So in this way I used to schedule my timing. So usually I used to study in the morning, and then in the afternoon, and a little bit in the evening. So these were my timings. Yes, UPSC preparation is full of highs and lows, and in fact there were many lows, and obviously there were highs as well. But since saying about lows, there were many lows. To mention one, that was in my 2020 attempt. All of us know that in 2020 there was a lockdown which was imposed nationwide, and back then I was in Delhi. I was preparing for the civil service examination prelims. Prelims was scheduled on October. So I was all alone in the flat. I was studying alone, working very hard for the prelims, hoping that I will clear in that attempt, and give my very, very best. Morning and evening, when everything was locked down, I was preparing without fail. And after that, when I came across failure, that was a hard pill to swallow, and that was one of the lowest. And how I overcame the lowest point was, yes, I had to accept that failure is failure. I had to improve upon my strategies. That is one. And my parents was always there to support me at the back. And most importantly, I trusted in God at those times, in the lowest times, that He will lift me up at one point of time if I don't give up. So in this way, I overcame, and I improved upon my routines as well again, and my studies, and I work more harder. And fortunately, in 2021 attempt, the subsequent attempt, now I could clear the exam. I have opted for this career knowing that I could be posted anywhere in India as such. Being an all India service, I could be posted in any part of India, and I am now ready to take up the challenge. But hopefully that there is also a feeling that there is more requirement of Naga cadres in Nagaland, and if I could get a Naga cadre, that will be a blessing for me. But yes, I am ready to take challenges wherever it could be. I would like to focus on inspiring the youths, more youths to come up. Being a role model is also one of the key areas that I would like to stand on and inspire many other youths, not only me, but after me, many other youths to come up and join us for the change of Nagaland, for the betterment of Nagaland. So with respect to suggestions, it depends on the person who is asking me what kind of suggestion that he wants. But mostly with respect to the preparation, although I have a very small experience, but whatever experience I could give and guide, so that obviously it could cut their time of preparation. It took me 5 years because there were lots of mistakes I made in a midway, but those mistakes I have learned as of now. So I can in a way guide them so that they do not make those mistakes in the way of preparation. And usually, yes, UPSC will take at least 2 years of preparation is required. So, but then 5 years, that's a long journey. So my effort will be that they take lesser time. At the same time, they also become a role model in the times to come for the future generations. So that will be the least bit I could do for the younger generations. When it comes to this, there is no difference between the Naga youths and the youths from other parts of India. The only difference is the lack of guidance which the Naga youths are now suffering. Due to lack of guidance, there is lack of more people who is clearing this examination. So with proper guidance, I believe that Naga youths in the future will also come up even in top 50s, top 10s as well, with proper guidance. Naga people are very hardworking, very dedicated, and they can do it. If they can do it, why not Nagas? So it is possible for Nagas to also come up. Only thing is guidance. Yes, guidance is now coming with the availability of internet and also people who are willing to guide. I will also be available to guide. So with times, there will be people who will be clearing, and that is what I am hopeful for. Yes, dreams. As a child, I had many dreams, but being from Sainik school, I studied in Sainik school in Fall. So I had dreams to join the defense forces, the Indian Air Force especially. But later in 12th standard, I changed my mind that it would be better for me, as per my capabilities, and also the needs of the society, if I join the civil services. So back then in 12th standard, I decided. So that is one. And for the future which my plans at the moment, not much plans, but my hope is that I contribute to the society to the best possible extent. For that, whatever I could do in my personal capacity and trusting in God, whatever in the capacity that God bestowed capacity, I'll try to contribute towards the society. So with time, those plans will come up. So as of now, that's the only thing that I know. So my last message to the youths in general is as I've mentioned about hard work, there's a requirement of hard work, discipline, and also consistency in your effort is required. And also you have to also assess your capabilities before you take up any sphere of your life, any dreams which you have. So assess your capabilities, and when you assess your capabilities, your strength, you also have to have why you want to achieve such and such a dream. So based on it, once the decision is taken, once you know your motive behind it, go for it. Whatever the society may be saying, whatever the things may be outside, you know what to do. So pursue it, give it your very best shot, and I believe certainly one day God will reward your effort. So that's my message I want to give to the youths.
My name is Imsennaro. I was born and brought up in Achumi. I feel very happy and blessed. I feel that this is something which I don't even deserve, but God has given me the privilege and the grace to just clear the exam and work for the people. I wouldn't say it was always my dream. As I've mentioned earlier, my eyes really opened when I went to college. I worked with underprivileged children and refugees, and this thought came to me that how can I help these the most vulnerable section of society, and I thought to myself that the civil services examination provides a lot of opportunities and resources to help out such kind of people. So I decided to sit for the exam after my graduation. I would encourage the Nagas to just work hard and be focused, and nothing is impossible. We don't have to be toppers in school, we don't have to be the best in school. We have to just work hard, keep our focus in God, and everything will fall into place. I just want to quote a topper who said this. He said that the civil services examination is tough for people who are not tough, but it is not tough for people who are tough. So I would say that. Tentative date for the foundation course is on 29th of August. So we will be going to Missouri and we'll be training there for about 3 months. And after which the different services will go to their own sister academies and we'll be training there after that. But we still have not received any information about that, so I cannot say much. Before I even cleared the exam, I made up my mind that I might not even get the services that I want, but whichever services I'm allocated and whichever cadre I'm allocated, whichever place the government is willing to send me, I will work for people, as I've mentioned earlier, the people who have actually shown what life actually is. I want to give something to the underprivileged. I feel that I've been privileged enough to have something in life, and I want to make them have that, something which I've had throughout my earlier years. I want people who do not have that privilege to have what I have. So that is my. I want the young Nagas to know that nothing is impossible. We have to know our strengths and weaknesses, and we have to work hard. We have to keep God in mind. We have to always put Him first, and everything will fall into place. We just have to be. We just have to know our passion, our strengths, and we have to work upon them. Always work on our weaknesses as well, and have a proper time management. Use social media very wisely, and everything will fall into place.